What's good, y'all? Check this out. Look, this is Tunes the Barber, and check out this transformation haircut on this guy that I was doing. Messy top, low shadow fade, or low drop shadow fade. So basically, what I was doing in this cut, I started wetting, his hair, of course, and after I got, before wetting his whole haircut, I basically started, looking at his cut. We're looking into we're gonna do, and he was up for anything. So, we decided to do this cut. So I did the sectioning. Once I did the sectioning, then, I found the highest point from his head and, started snipping with the shears. And I did this all the way around. That way I know how far I'm gonna go with the clipper. I was gonna extend this video like a good, 30-minute, video, and it was gonna be, haircut and beard. But, I felt it would have been too much to people to just sit there and watch. Those actually do that, I give you guys props. On doing that, sitting there for 30 minutes. I used to do that as well when I was first starting. But I'm just showing, little portions of what I was doing. So basically with that, once I sectioned the top and the sides, I just started snipping away from the tops, the highest point from the sides, and that way I know when I do clipper work, it makes it easier, to go through with it. And then from there, the highest guard, if I remember, that I used, I did this haircut a while back. The highest guard, if I remember, was a 2. So from all the way to the bottom, I go from the bottom all the way up. As you can see, once I reach to that section that you shear over finger or finger over shear, that's, I just started flaking a bit out. That way I know that's the length that I was going for. But if I remember, I think it was a 2 guard. And if you guys don't know what clipper is that, honestly, it's, when it comes to detachable, adjustable clipper, that's one of the best clippers ever to use. It is a Kulang. I don't remember exactly. It was a Kulang detachable adjustable. When I tried looking for it through AliExpress again, because that's where I bought it at, it's not there anymore. It's there, but it's not being sold anymore. So I think it's discontinued. From the time that I bought it, it's a couple months in that I bought it. It's a brand new clipper, and I guess they're not selling it anymore because it got discontinued. But it's a really good and quiet detachable clipper. It has 2 speeds, 3 clicks, 4 levers. That's the downside. But if you're working with the detachable or detachable adjustable with that clipper, the only thing you need to use it for basically is, to debulk. It's to debulk. I did the whole haircut with this. So, the whole blending side with it. So after I did 2, then I go with the no guard, closed. No, actually not closed. Since this is the shadow, we're not closing it. We're leaving it open. No guard, open. And I just start going around. I don't like doing one section and then do another section. I like to go all the way around since, it's a fade. That way I know and I feel I won't mess up. I'm going too high on one side, going lower than the other, and, we'll end up having an uneven fade. So I like to go with the whole cut. After that, I did the 0.5 guard. Once I got that 0.5 to the 2, then I would go to the 1.5. Skipping guards has been one of the best and easiest things to do. And the same thing, I go all around the head. And I'll start from open, and I'll start gradually going down close. Normally I down fade, but for some weird reason, I feel like I didn't down fade on this one. I don't remember, honestly. But I started, I like doing down fade. If it's long hair like how his hair was, I'll do shear over finger, get that top section removed, and then I'll debulk with the biggest guard that will be needed. It'll be a 2 closed, 2 open, or 1.5 open, and then I start going down from there, or I'll sandwich it. Debulk with the biggest guard that needs to be used, and then once I did that, then I'll do if we're going fade skin style, then I will do clipper closed, and then know exactly where I'm gonna be at, if it's a low, mid, or a high fade, and then from there I'll start blending in between that section that I have that I'm gonna be using. I wish I actually recorded with the sound, but that time when I was cutting his hair, it was still a bit hot. So I had the AC on, I had the fan on, and where I was recording, the AC was on the right side, basically behind me. So that thing was just going roar, roar, roar. It was the big old noise, just roar, 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 roar. So you're not gonna hear the clipper noise, and if you did, you would hardly hear it because it was quiet. It was a quiet clipper. Strong. The blade style is exactly the style as the wall. What was it? It was the wall detachable. Big Mag. The wall Big Mag. Exactly same style, detachable. The only difference is that the adjustment from that one is in the back of the blade, while this one's in the front of the clipper. And the inside of the blade of that clipper, it was like the JRL style blade, TPOB blades, the chunk, those style blades where it has the oil reservoir. I was so surprised with that out of that clipper. As you can see now, I'm doing a shear over comb, thinning out with thinning shears, or chunking shears, whatever they were, I don't remember. But I know there's shears, to remove some bulk aside from the regular shears. Once I got done with the shear work around the top corners areas, around the head, that's when I started using the trimmer. Since it was a shadow fade, with the trimmer I'm doing the lineup all around. So that's when you ask the client, we like the back section round, squared, V, or whatsoever. Then they'll give you the option, oh, I want to round it out, or or you want to make it seem with the natural lineup in the back, and they'll say yeah. Some people, their lineup in the back sections naturally squared, others round. Then that's when you start doing that. And if you have people that have a natural line in the back, which is round on the neck area, they'll tell you square because they see it or feel it that it looks better that way. So that's when you do it, which basically I'm doing right there. Right there, if I remember, what was I using? I was using my favorite trimmer. It is the Made Show trimmer. I remember the model, but it's my favorite one. It is, the color of that is gunmetal, and the blade is exactly the same as the TPOB Softy, or your first, the JRL Onyx trimmer. Exact same blade. They all come from the same factory. Exact same blade. I did zero gap it, and it was hitting beautifully. Once I got done lining up, this is where I messed up. I should have done this last, the middle part, and I should have sectioned the sides out first. You'll see what I'm talking about. The goal for him was, to change his haircut. His haircut was more of a comb over style, and since he was I don't want to talk too much about the client, but he was receding in the front, and he was ready for a new style, and we decided texture top or messy top to hide some of that receding. And honestly, from what he came with to what he left with, guys, I personally thought it was one of my best transformations compared to other cuts that I did, because he legit came in looking homeless. And if you guys watch WWE, you guys know the superstar Sami Zayn, brother, came in looking like Sami Zayn. So this is like I'm saying, I messed up on this cut a bit. Didn't mess up, I just messed up the order how I like doing it, where I started off in the middle and then I started going how I'm, how you see. This is where I should have started at, what I'm doing right now. I should have sectioned the side and then, cut out that portion. You guys see why. That way I could get that side and top connected. So whenever he styles his hair or whatever, you won't see any hangovers. I should have done this first, then do the top section. Top middle section. But it's okay, the from what he came in with to what he left, it still looked great. It still looked amazing. We had a great conversation as well. We got to know each other a bit. Awesome guy, awesome family. I know you're able to see the background. I was trying to remove the background, that way you guys wouldn't be able to see it. But it's okay. Hopefully it is okay. I did want to hide it, his family in the back, but I couldn't find a way how to do it, because I didn't want to shorten the sides of the screen and still look bad for YouTube. This will be my first actual YouTube video, of how I cut. But if you saw in the back section how the kids were having fun, I had magnetiles, and those were the giant magnetiles. These guys were having fun. Every client that I had, if it was kids, adults, or teenagers, they all used the magnetiles, and they all have fun. I had some kids that smack their heads because they try to put it as high as they can, and it falls and it lands on their head. And some of them start crying. I start dying of laughter, but it's all good. It's all fun. Here I go back, to the shear work. Sending out the shears and stuff. Now the fringe part. Since we're gonna hide a little bit of that forehead, for the fringe part, I used a feather razor, because we were gonna go with that messy look. So the feather razor gave out a better texture with it, giving out that feather razor, with wet hair. I've seen people do it with dry hair. I did it with dry hair before as well. Some people with oils on their hair, but it's not natural oil, but it's oil that they put. And I did it with wet hair since his hair was still wet. And as you can see, the before and after. I did his beard as well. The camera cut off, camera died, so I couldn't record that beard work, but I did his beard as well. And look at that, the before and after. Huge change, amazing look. I hope you guys like it. See you guys soon.